Hello everyone and welcome to Arts and Crafts for You. My name is Gina and this Saturday we're going to be working on an easy and quick placemat that's going to have miter corners. And I'm just going to show you my favorite way of doing miter corners because I find it quite easy and I can actually use both sides of my placemat. So what I did here, I actually started with 2 pieces of fabric, and what I did, I cut them 21 by 15. So I did front and back, and I also cut a piece of batting the same size. I went to my sewing machine, I drew lines across and this way. Then I went to the sewing machine and I sew it down just to quilt it. You can do something else, whatever you choose. Then after I was done that, what I did, I actually trimmed it down to a 14 by 20. And then for my borders, that's going to be my miter corners. I cut 2 pieces of 21.5, 2 pieces by 4.5, because I want my border to be about 2 inches. So what I did, I cut 4.5 and I folded in half, and I gave it a 1/2 inch for my seam allowance. Okay. And for my sides, again, I did 4.5 by 14.5. Okay, I took it to the iron, folded in half, and I have them ready to go. So now we're gonna get these pieces, and I'm gonna show you how to cut them to get your corners perfect. So I'm gonna start with my 2 long pieces, my 21.5 by 4.5. I'm gonna put down with the fold of the fabric to the top. So I'm gonna put them down this way, and I'm gonna get my ruler, and with the 45-degree angle, you're gonna find your 45-degree that you have here, and you're gonna put it level with the bottom of your fabric and at the edge of your fabric. All right, so you're gonna go there. So I'm gonna put it right on the tip, Let me see if I can pull this a little closer so you can see better. So I'm gonna put it here, more center to the camera so you can see better. So I have my 45-degree. I'm gonna make sure they're right on together evenly. The one is not bigger from the other. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna put my line of 45 and even with the tip here. All right, then I'm gonna get my cutter and I'm gonna trim this off, this little tip off. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead, turn my fabric to this side. All right, again, evenly together, my 45-degree on the bottom of my fabric, and trim it. Right, then I'm gonna put this to the side here. Grab my other 2 pieces, the 14.5 by 4.5, put them straight again, one on top of the other, fold to the top. Okay, and the open part to the bottom. Okay, 45-degree, the tip right there, and you line straight 45-degree, and we're gonna trim it. Same thing to the other side, even it out. And cut it. Okay, so now we have all our pieces cut. We're gonna grab one that was 21.5. We're gonna open, and if you see, they're gonna look like this. Okay, I'm going to get a marking pen and I'm going to go here to the middle where the fold is. And I'm going to do a little line so it's more visible when I take the sewing machine. So I'm going to do a little marking where the fold is in all the sides, in all my pieces, because I need to see this when I sew it. So if you think you can just follow that fold, it's fine too, but I prefer to mark it. Okay, so these two are done. I'm going to do the same to the other ones. Okay, there we go. So now you're going to grab one of the longest piece that you have, the 21, and you're going to get a smaller one. And you're going to put right sides together. And you're going to match that fold right there evenly. And you're going to go to the sewing machine and you're going to sew this down from there to there. 1/4 inch will be your seam allowance. So you're going to be sewing here to here and there to there. So 1/4 inch, right? So then after you've done that, you're going to grab the longer piece again that's going to touch again your smaller piece here. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put those two together, right, evenly, the middle's matching. And the reason that I did the little marking is when I'm sewing this 1/4 inch down, as soon as I hit here, the red mark that I did here, let's see if I can show you the red mark, I can turn to sew this direction so I have the perfect turn. Right? Okay, then you attach that one there. Then you end up with, so big piece, smaller piece, big piece. Then the other smaller piece is going to touch to the other side. So on here, so we're going to do the same thing. Put them together, 1/4 inch. And then also to this one. All the time with right sides together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew them down and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I sew all these, and also what I did is here where we had that little marking, I actually opened there, I cut it there, just so you could iron this flat. So I iron here and here. So I did that to all my corners. Alright, and if you see, you're gonna end up with a piece like a picture frame. Alright, so and you see the miter corner. Okay, I'm gonna trim these little ears in all of them. So now I'm gonna get my placemat. Okay, and in this case I have both, like the same fabric in both sides, so it doesn't really matter what side I add my border. But if you had different fabrics, one in the back, one in the front, the one that you want at the front, the fabric that you want to be your top with the border, you're gonna put it upside down. Okay, then you're gonna get your border that you sewed and you're gonna even them out, see, with your fabric. So you're gonna get some pins and you're gonna pin it like that. So corner to corner, the other corner to corner. Same thing down here. Find your other corner. You can put a couple more pins if you'd like to help you to sew it better. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to be sewing this all the way around like that. Okay, and I'll bring it right back. Okay, so I went to the sewing machine and I sew 1/4 inch all the way around. Okay, I'm going to go now and trim my little corners here. All 4 of them. And I'm going to turn this to the other side. So this would be the side that I wanted to see if I had a different fabric. So you're going to take this to the iron. You're going to iron this. Press it down all the way around. And then what you're going to do, you're going to do a top stitch. So we're going to do a top stitch here. And also a top stitch here. So a top stitch on the outside here and a top stitch here. But first iron it and make sure it's all evenly all through. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and I sew top stitch here all the way around and all the way in here too. Well, you can do whatever you want. You don't even have to do, I did a straight stitch, but you can use one of those decoration stitch that you have in the sewing machine and make it a little bit different. And if you see on the other side, it's all one color. You know, and so it's really not complicated to do, and it looks really good. There's also a different way that you can do it. You know, before you sew this last piece here, what I did on this one, my border was slightly smaller. I used a smaller measurement instead of 4.5. I think I did about 3.5, and then I added these prairie points before I sew my last stage here. I add those little ones, those little triangles in here just to add a decoration. So, but you can add other things, ribbon, rickrack, anything you would like. We would like to quickly thank you for all your comments and support. We hope you enjoyed today's video and that inspires you to create new projects. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Happy sewing, everyone!